Nearly 2,000 attendees were here at Edberg Olson Hall over the weekend to watch the Temple football team finish off their spring season with the cherry and white game. Access granted for a brand new edition of OwlAccess Pass, and it all starts right now. Before we dive into football, we start with some late news from Monday night. Temple men's basketball star Caleb Battle announced that he has decided to enter into the 2022 NBA draft with the option to return to school. Now, not many saw this one coming as Battle suffered a season-ending foot injury very early in the season, but he still averaged about 21 points per game in the 7 games he played. Battle wrote in his declaring message shared on social media that he hopes Owl fans will stay by his side during this journey. And now, looking to women's basketball star Mia Davis. Davis declared for the WNBA draft just a few weeks ago, but on Monday night, she did not hear her name called. Davis averaged 17 points and 8 rebounds over her career at Temple, all while earning the program's title as the all-time scoring leader with 2,376 total points. And now to football. Welcome to Edberg Olson Hall. I'm Lindsay Moppert. Just behind me on Saturday, the Temple football team finished off its spring season, and head coach Stan Drayton brought the annual cherry and white game back to 10th and Diamond for the first time in 3 years. It was the public's first official glimpse of Coach Drayton's team, and there was definitely a big turnout. Offense versus defense was the name of the game, with points being awarded for big plays for the defense in the cherry jerseys and more traditional scoring for the offense dressed in white. Defense came out of the gate on fire with interceptions and turnover after turnover. They started pulling together a big lead, but the offense managed to bounce back soon after and score their first touchdown of the day, coming from a 23-yard reception by Devon Fox. But for the most part, the first half was dominated by the defense. Now in the second, the offense was able to make a few more plays like this one where Ahmad Anderson Jr. stepped up, making this catch for a 32-yard back shoulder touchdown. Even with a decent comeback attempt, the defense still came out as the winner, with the final score being 64-54. And just like any other game, there were a few players who stood out among the rest. 2 of these standouts include Leighton Jordan and Ahmad Anderson Jr. On a day the defense put a lot of pressure on the offense, Jordan had a day for himself. He had 4 combined sacks and added 8 points for the defense. For Anderson Jr., he had a 32-yard touchdown and an extremely explosive play which consisted of an 18-plus yard pass. A nice day for Drayton to see his quad in action. Joining us now is the man who brought the cherry and white game back to 10th and Diamond after 3 years, head coach Stan Drayton. As we just talked about, fans weren't the only ones taking in the game on Saturday. Several former and current NFL stars with Temple ties were on hand, and that includes Eagles linebacker and former Temple Owl, Sean Bradley.
It's been really good, man. I've been to a couple of practices. I didn't get to talk to the team specifically, but I've been in and out, seeing some of the players and watched them work. And I think he's doing a great job, man. Seems real attentive, real physical out here, so I like it. You know, that's Temple right there. That's what we live off of. We've always been a Temple defense type of team, so they better be playing like that. Beautiful out here. It's a beautiful day. It's a good turnout. A lot of people came out. Everybody watching. It's like all the players. A lot of players came back, so it's good to see everybody.
While football was wrapping up on Saturday, there was another sport across campus picking up a milestone. And of course, someone had to hold down the fort in TV Studio 3, so let's invite in OwlSports Update's Brielle Berry to tell us a little bit more about this historic win. Brielle?
Yes, thank you, Lindsay. Coming into Saturday's game against Cincinnati, the lacrosse team was sitting at 499 wins. It was the Owls' second straight home game and their first alumni game since 2019. Last season, the Owls beat the Bearcats twice on the road and look to continue that streak into 2022.
In Black Cincinnati,
at Howard Field, less than 2 minutes into the game, Cincinnati jumped out to a quick 1-0 lead with a Kylie Noss goal. Junior Mackenzie Roth was the first player to score for the Owls, and Roth scored or assisted on the following 3 goals, putting Temple up 4-2. At the half, Temple had an 8-5 lead, but Cincy came out in the third and cut the score to 1. In the last 4 minutes of the game, the cherry and white scored 3 goals. Belle Mastropietro led the team with 4 goals, scoring the 100th of her career. Roth finished with a hat trick and 3 assists. Temple had 5 different players score once. Goalie Annie Carroll was just 1 save shy of her career high. She finished with 11 saves. Owls win 14-10.